You hear that? You hear the birds? That's what we like to call the sounds of fall. Look at the colors. When it comes to investing, a lot of things seem extremely complicated and nobody really spends the time to explain it to you. So in this video, I'm going to try to explain some investing terms that every single person should know. Let's go. Whoosh. What's going on, people? My name is KelechIwuaba and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time around these parts, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy anything that I talk about in this video, give me that like, turn it blue. You know how to do it. But let's talk about this. In investing, there's a few terms that every single person should know. And first, we're gonna start off with just talking about some of the things that you can invest in. Let's start over here. So the first way that most people think about investing is buying shares. So what exactly are shares? Shares are you buying a piece of a business. It's buying an ownership stake into a business. For example, if you wanted to buy a piece of Microsoft, all you would do is go on your brokerage, search Microsoft, and buy it for whatever that share price is. That is you buying a piece of the business. Most of the time when people are talking about investing, they mean buying shares. But there's a lot more to invest in than just buying shares. And I looked angry in that last shot. I wasn't angry. It's the sun. But anyway, another way that you can invest is through something called bonds. It's by you buying bonds. See, unlike us, when large businesses and governments need money, they can't just go to the bank and say, hey bank, loan me some money. Nah, they can't do that. You know, they can't just go to their best friend and say, hey bruh, hit me with $20, I pay you back, even though you don't plan on ever paying them back. But regardless, they can't do that. So what they do is they issue bonds at a set interest rate. So bonds are basically a company or a government saying, I owe you money. If you give me this money at a set interest rate, we'll pay you this over time. That's what a bond is. All right, something important to note when comparing a share and a bond. A share is seen as more risky than a bond. The main reason for this is with a bond, if a company goes bankrupt, you at least get your money back from the company. When you have a share, you don't get anything back. If a company goes bankrupt, it goes bankrupt. You lose all of your money. So there's an underlying risk to investing in shares. However, there is still risk when it comes to bond. Now that you understand those two things, a bond and a share, the next kind of investment that you can make is something we like to call an index fund. It's actually my favorite way of investing. What is an index fund? An index fund combines bonds and shares to help you mitigate your risk when it comes to investing. Index fund basically just protects you whenever there's all this volatility in the market, which happens all the time. It helps you not to see too much of the lows of the market. However, it also can curb the highs of the market as well. But regardless, it is my favorite way of investing, and I prefer to use something called an ETF, which is a type of index fund. So now your question is, how exactly do I go about buying these things? How exactly do I go about investing in these things? The way you go about investing or being able to buy shares, being able to buy bonds, being able to buy ETFs, being able to buy index funds is basically you need to open something called a brokerage account. Now, a brokerage account is basically just like your regular banking account, except all you do with this account is to buy and sell stocks and bonds and those kind of things. Just like Webull, link down in the description. You can get 2 free stocks, one when you open the account and a second one when you fund the account $100. Also, you can open up an M1 Finance account and you get $10 to start trading immediately. But regardless, this is how you get started. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all in this video. I hope y'all learned one, maybe 2 things out of this entire thing. If you did, hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button. This is your first time around this one. But remember, generosity is always greater than greed. God bless each and every single one of y'all, and I'm out. Peace. Whoosh.